There we go. I'm just going to sign up. Hello and welcome to tonight's League All About It show on the Loud and Proud podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're watching, on what's it called, Instagram. Yes, absolutely. Another hectic night, another jam-packed show. We don't have any 3B games, but there will be a 3B team picked this week. We have every other team in phase two as well. They're all playing absolutely some whopping results tonight, some whopping kind of impacts on the table. As usual, I'll go through all the results. I will go through the ins and outs of every game, and then I'll be talking about the implications on the table. But yeah, some serious games tonight. A lot of people are affected by the turnarounds. There's a lot of teams kind of missing players out of one-sided results. Maybe that was due to it. I'd say a lot of club footballers around the county were delighted to see that kind of sun disappear this afternoon and the hazy cloud come out, because it got fairly cloudy and it kind of gave way to a little bit lower temperature. I also have North Ireland preview coming up with Gordon Manning from the Irish Sun. That's coming out in the morning, so you can get your teeth into that and then enjoy the 3B team, as well as listening back to this show, brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Louth and Monaghan. Right, let's get going. We will go through all the results. I put up the wrong result earlier on for the Blues. The Blues actually won away from home, 3-11 to 1-11 against the Brides. Mattock suffered 2-6 to 5-10 against Nabe Martin. RD 3-18, the Mocktas 2-8. Division 1, the bottom 6. Sean O'Mahony's 1-8, the Pats 1-10. Dreadnoughts 1-15, the Feckins 1-5 and the Seaside Derby. And then a draw match between the Geraldines and Cooley. I'll tell you who got the equaliser and the goals in that game. I'll also tell you who got the goals in the Rahilly's game. They have beaten the Gales 2-11 to 1-8. Big implications on the table there. Huddersfield Rovers 3-19, Dundalk Young Ireland 7 points, and then the Kevins 1-15, Roach Emmett 6 points. Wow, yeah, some big results there. The bottom of Division 2, the bottom 6, the Joes 15 points, the Finbars 11 points, the Clans 2-11 to 1-16. They came back to do that. I'll give you the scores and the goal, second half goal scorer as well. And the Oliver Plunketts. Sorry, a bit of a reconnection issue on Instagram. That should be back now. Oliver Plunkett's won tonight, 2-11 to 1-11. A big game, big winner in that one, the final winner for the Plunketts. Massive scorer and well-known scorer. Maybe a fella on the sideline as well, but he might break the internet when it comes out. Division 3A, Lanlear 122, Westerns 2-3. Big win there for Lanlear. And the Piercy 3-8, the Malachis 10 points. I'll tell you the story of that game. It wasn't as one-sided as it looked. And then Glide Rangers 4 points, Glen Emmett's 14 points. And a quirky goal scorer for Glen Emmett's in that game also. Right, I'll go back to Division 1. I'll start at Division 1. A lot of people are saying to me, where do you start? You start different places every week. And I apologise for that. I think I will probably do it in order now. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3A, Division 3B. So if you jump into the show, you know exactly where we are. But yeah, right, I'll start with Division 1. The Brides. It was a plucky enough game in terms of the second half of the Brides. They got it right back to 2 points. They had a great chance. Emma Kirk was single-handedly keeping the Knockbridge men in the game. But goals in the first half from Andy McDonald and Kieran Downey made them lead 2-5 to 4 points at halftime. Blues on really strong form. And then Fergal Donoghue got the third goal. And then the Blues kind of stepped off a little bit. And like I said, Emma Kirk roared back into it for the Brides. They had a big chance as well when the game was down to 2 points to level that game or go ahead. And then Mattock, they suffered at the hands of the Martins. I think the Martins got 5 goals against them last year on Cullen. They did it again in phase 2. I actually have revenge numbers as well. The teams who suffered at the hands of each other in the corresponding fixture. I'll go through that. Remind me to do that. The Jocks, yeah. This looked like a really good performance early on from Mattock Rangers. They got an early goal from Liam Flynn. They added a couple of points, but then the Martins hit back. Thomas Clark made it 1-6 to 1-3 at halftime. Cullen came out again. Carl Fleming with an early goal looked to push on, and then Tom Gray just took over. 2 goals and then a penalty, and then a late goal from Stephen Campbell as well made it 5-10 to 2-6. Yes. James Carroll, one of the points for Mattock, and then Alan Carroll, he was a player named on that Division 1 team, playing very well again for Mark Rangers. But yeah, big win. And RD 318 to 2-8. This was a close game, looked to be a close game at half time. It looked to be nip and tuck, but then RD just overpowered in the second half. Similar to the Mattock game, Declan Bourne gets a penalty just before half time to make it close. Kieran Keenan gets the opening goal for RD. And then in the second half, Oisin Callan gets an early goal for the Mocktas. Looks like they're going to push on in RD. But then Darren McConnell just takes over with 2 goals to push RD along the line. They can score like 318, some tally to get. And I'll tell you the implications of those 3 blue teams at the finish as well. But they'll soon have to meet each other in the coming weeks, whether it'll be August now for the next show. Division 1, this was a funny game as well, because you had the Pats leading. Let me see, where is the scores? Yeah, the Pats led 1-9 to 3 points at half time, and then had to hang on for the second half. They went 1 point. I think Mark McEnany got it. Aidan McCann, mentioned him last week, mentioned him on the team of the year. He got 1-3 in the first half. That was more or less the winning of the game. But the Mahdi's just dogged and fought back into it, left 2 points between the sides. Ben McLaughlin with the goal for them. But it wasn't to be, because that 1-9 tally was just to be enough for the Pats without just adding 1 point in the second half. Dreadnoughts and the Feckins. Yeah, the Feckins won this game the last day, and they seem to be there in numbers, but still, you cannot take it away from the Dreadnoughts, who seeked revenge and got revenge on the night. Pepe looked to be to the fore. Conor Faulkner got a point, but Pepe was seemingly the main man as they led 7 points to 4 points. An early penalty for the Feckins. I don't actually, I thought I had it. Maybe I didn't write it down. I'll just check. But yeah, that's a big win for the Clogher. Considering they were beaten the weekend, considering they were beaten the last time they played. The penalty was Niall Devlin. I should have guessed that. He got 1-4, and his brother Brian got the other point. I think it was a 45. So it was 1-5 to 115 there. Seemingly, I don't know, I wasn't there, but Butch O'Brien got a point from the outside of his boot. That's a collector's item. And then Jay Hughes, he got the goal that wrapped up the big victory there along the coast. The Geraldines 1-12. Look, they've won that game. They came back really well in the second half. Shane Rogers gets a goal. They had a penalty saved. They Cooley got an OG in the first half, got their goal, and then Brian White missed a penalty. He didn't just miss a penalty. Former teammate Conor Rafferty was in goals tonight for the Geraldines. He got down and saved it. That was serious head games there between the 2 former teammates and county mates as well, actually. But he tipped around the post for a 45. Not sure whether White just stroked over the 45. He might have. Josh Arrowsmith got a couple of points in that first half and the start of the second to kind of keep them in touch. And then Shane Rogers gets the goal to power them forward. They were 4 points ahead, but Cooley just came back. Keane Connor chipped away, kept the scoreboard ticking over. He got 2 points. And then another great score from Owen McDade. Worldly, seemingly, got a hell of a score. And then Fergal Malone. The Nally effect, the Colin Nally effect is reaping dividends. That's 3 points to unbeaten now since he's got in there as a coach. But Fergal Malone got the leveller, playing at 6. So that's a 1-12 apiece in Division 1. Right, we'll move on to Division 2. And these results are hard to call, but not unexpected, but then really have a massive effect there in the line. The Joes 15 points to 11. They didn't play the weekend, so they were probably a little bit fresher. The Bars again had a great chance. Callum Regan again, he had a chance the weekend against the O'Connells to draw a leveller. He didn't get it. I think it was a great save by Mackin in goals for the Joes, but Craig Doherty got a lot of bulk of the score and credit to him, and then Alan McKenna as well. He got a bulk of the scores for the Joes to get their first win. I think under Colin Kelly's reign as coach as well. The Clans, they fought back. They were down. They looked to be gone. They 110 to 1-5 down at half time. Billy Smith with the goal, and then the goal for Kilkerley was by Colin McEnany, Fionn Comiskey and Ty getting bulk of the scores as well. I actually have a lot more of their scores that was sent in. Thanks to everyone for sending in and giving the correspondence. Great. Only for you Yeah, a couple of scores. Yeah, Sean Han got a couple of late points as well. And Finton Brady as well got 2 points too. But yeah, Tyke finished with 6. Hugh McKenna got 2 and Fionn Comasey with 3 points. But yeah, it's a loss because the Clans came back after the second half, got 4 points in a row, brought it close, brought it to within 1 point. Then the Clans Tyke got a couple of frees. And the Clans got a goal. Paul Martin got the goal, and then they never looked back. They got ahead, stayed ahead, and that's a big win for the Clans as well. And then the Plunkets, an even bigger win. I don't have the O'Connell's goal score. If you have it, do send it in. I'll shout it out if I have it. But that was 1-7 to 1-5 at halftime. Sean Callanan got the goal for the Plunkets as they led 1-7 to 1-5. That's a big win for the Plunkets in terms of safety, in terms of head-to-head, in terms of the battle against them. But the winning goal, who got it? I thought he was retired. I thought he was finished. He went into management side of things. Sean Brazel got the winning goal in Mel, was it? Yeah, it was in Mel. So he donned out the boots with his chocolate ankles, heavily strapped, I'd say, but did just enough strapping to do the business and get the Plunkets a valuable win. What was he? Player manager? Yeah, I suppose we can call him that now. Lanlear 122. Paul Callan got the goal again. Matthew Kane got 2 goals for the Westerners. Heavy defeat there, but Lanlear in a good place. I know they're beaten by 3 points the weekend against Glen Emmets, who are more or less flying away with that, but they're showing they're competitive and they're showing the level they are above the rest there. And the Piercy, they were very close to being beaten by the Malachis. The Malachis were going rightly, but the Piercy hit 3-2 in the last 5 minutes. Who else? David Boyle, he got 2 goals. I had to check there. Why did I check? I don't know. But yeah, he got 2 goals, and then Jared Rice got a goal off the bench as well. So that's a hell of a turnaround. Jack Cairn wasn't playing quite well for the Malachis. He got 3 points in play. Shane Rogers got 3 points as well. But the Malachis looked destined for that relegation playoff spot. And then Glyde, they had a chance to put pressure on Dunleer and put pressure on Glen Emmets above them, but they failed to do so. They were beaten 14 points to 4. Very one-sided first half score. I think it was 9-1. No, maybe it wasn't 9-1. But yeah, Glen Emmets playing very well. Conor Grimes got a good few scores. Keelan O'Neill, Keane Talbot got a point. But an eye-catching point was Andrew Mooney in goals. Midfielder last year in the Junior Championship run. He's in goals now this season. Looks to be staying there. He came out the field tonight and got a goal. Oh, a point. So that was big. So implications on the table. Let's have a quick look. I suppose it's easy to say what way it's standing in Division 1, because the big 3 teams won and they'll continue to keep pace at the top as well. I think they're all on 21 points. The Blues, the Moctas, and Ardee. Ardee might bump up there in terms of score difference, the way they're going and the way they're playing. And in Division 2, the Kevins have joined the Gales at the top. Sorry, hang on. Whoa. I'll go back. The bottom of Division 1, the Dreadnoughts have got ahead of the Feckins now. The Feckins are bottom of the table. Cooley with that point tonight sees them go up the table, and they're just ahead of the Dreadnoughts. I presume that's on corresponding head-to-head, because there's only 2 teams there. The Geraldines are on 11, the Mahonys are on 11, and then you have the Pats who are powering up the table there. They're top of that bottom 6. I will go through them all. It's not fully updated on the Laird GA website, just with the extra point. It's thrown a few gremlins in the system and have to kind of be updated manually and patiently. So don't lose the head. But I'll try and explain it here as best I can. Sorry. Back to Division 2. The Kevins have joined the Gales at the top on 21 points. And guess who else? The Rattleys. They've joined at 21 points. No, they haven't. 18 points. They're still 3 points behind. Sorry. The Gremlins are getting into my system. Hudderston remain 4th. And then down the bottom of that top is the Irelanders. And then at the bottom, it looks like more trouble for Finbar. They're beaten tonight. The Plunkets get a win, so that pulls them away even more. And then the Clans also got a win too. That pulls them away, and they have a game in hand. So the O'Connells could be sucked back in there, but that win for the Plunkets will be massive down the line if they keep going, try and get out of the relegation trouble. Division 3A seems fairly straightforward enough. You have Glen Emmets right in front now, well ahead, well established of Dunleer. I think it's just 3 points in the difference, maybe. It's funny to figure that out, but it looks now that Clyde are going to be under pressure to try and get that. I think there's a big game. Is there a big game next week? Clyde and the Piercy play each other, and also Clyde have a chance in the 6th of August when they take on Lanlier to get back up there. But the Piercy seem destined just to be safe in the middle of the table. They won't get sucked down. There's an 8-point, maybe 9-point gap between themselves and the Malachis in the head-to-head rule. Also, so sorry, there's more. I think there's actually a 10-point gap there between those two teams. So that looks to have, with 3 games left, yeah, that's safe. They're safe in Division 3A for next season. That seems to be it. Performance of the night, you could give it to RD for that savage second half performance. The Jocks 5-star performance as well. Cooley getting a draw. The Dreadnoughts seeking revenge. And the Rahleys ripping Division 2 wide open again. The Kevins storming over Roach. TJ Doherty 1-4. Really good score. And they led 9-1 at half time. The Bournes getting the score for Roach, but they seem to be completely outplayed. Hunterstown as well. I don't know. Actually, did I go through those? No, I don't think I went through Division 2. Ryan Bourne's got 3-10 tonight. That deserves a performance at night alone. 3-10 against a fairly hard to score against Irelanders team. And then the Rahleys 2-11 to 1-8. 2 goals coming from Owen Moore and Ben Rogan in the first half. They led 2-6 to 3. Fairness to the Gaels, they fought back. I'd be surprised if Oisin Murray was playing. He's a big loss the weekend. Sean McCann as well. And they're both mentioned a Division 2 team of the year. And Kyle McElroy got 4 points. Really good performance. And John Horn got a point as well in that good performance for the Rahleys. Sorry, I thought I went through that, but I obviously didn't. So much happening. The heat's going to my head as well also. But yeah, the cleaning doctor, external cleaning service in Loudon has brought this another episode of the League All About It Show. Next round is the 2nd of August. So you have a bit of a time now to enjoy yourselves and get back into the kind of holiday period, get a bit of extra training done. And I'll be doing a little bit of extra training and doing my sums. Actually, yeah, I had a couple of revenge issues. 2 revenge missions in Division 1. The RD seek revenge in the Mockers. Dreadnoughts got revenge in the Feckins. Then 4 out of 6 wins for tonight. Division 2 were revenge ones. There's none in Division 3A. The Rahleys got revenge against the Gaels. The Hunterstown got revenge against the Irelanders. The Clans got revenge against Kilkerley, and they probably should have won that first game. And then the Plunkets got revenge for the high score first game in the Grove against the O'Connells. So, I'm going to probably give the result of the night to the Clans for the way they fought back and the way they came. Hell of a win, hell of a game, hellish games, hellish scores, hellish storylines. Gordon Manning's on with me in the morning talking about the All-Ireland final. I'll have the 3B team out also. Might squeeze that in out tomorrow evening. I might be put that out Thursday on its own. Thanks very much for listening. Thanks to Cleaning Doctor, External Cleaning Services, Loudon for supporting the show as always. Thanks very much for you to listening and tuning in and watching. And also, thanks to all the people who sent in all the results, all the scores, and all the help. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So sign up, patreon.com/loud and proud. Good luck, good night, and thanks.